Yes, I have to start again because my laptop, I've got to have it seen to something slightly wrong with it. I can't continue half an hour and if I think at a time I'll get it done to this that we can speak without interruption. Now, the Jews are again at the mercy of human stupidity, for it is stupidity for the rest of the world to say to themselves, the Jews have made money, like some idiot in the football world said the Jews love money. Of course they love money. Who doesn't? But an idiotic thing to say. You need his ass kicked. But not only that. They are blamed for everything that happens. Yes, I know that Israel has used very tough methods, and since Israel is the last refuge for the Jews, whether those among Judaism accept their methods, a lot of them don't, they've had to fight like that tooth and nail. Simply because there's no other way, because they have no other refuge, having been strangled, murdered, burned, gassed for being successful, and still come out on top. That takes several little bits of ability, doesn't it? Doesn't it tell you something? I want to speak about that at length, so that everybody understands and is persuaded that a Jewish success is worthy of praise and respect and admiration. That's how it should be. I've got a few notes, I need them sometimes. I know that my father saw the awful treatment of the Jews in Mauthausen and also Dachau and one or two other little holiday camps, as he called them, which he came out alive. And one day I will put it to all of you, which I'm sure even the enemies of the Jews will have tears in their eyes. It isn't the moment now, but I will keep it for later. I hope that it isn't an anecdote, it's a piece of true history which needs to be respected by everyone. I know that the Muslims and the Jews are at each other's throats because of Israel, land which is contentious because of that. But they had to get their own land in the end, after what happened to them. And I don't want to hear the nonsense about how many Jews were murdered in the Holocaust. I happen to know that it happened. I happen to know what terrorism is, yes, because my father finished up in Dachau because he was a terrorist. And that's where Cameron, the arch traitor of Britain, was attempting to destroy the British and the most anti-Semitic scum that ever existed, pretending that he's pro-Jew. He's no more pro-Jew than I can speak Chinese. He's a liar. So Jewish friends, never trust Cameron. Never, never, never trust somebody who believes for you for what you are. You will need to follow me when we decide to secede from Norfolk, a lovely little part of the country. Norfolk will be another part of the support that Israel deserves. Yes, even to supporting Israel, because Israel has had to fight through blood, sweat and tears for what they've got after being murdered, after being tortured to death. My father saw it all. He did some things that were amazing, and you will be able to look it up under Johnny Hopper in Dachau on the internet. There's a lot about him in French internet and English internet. Anyway, the crisis is now coming to a head with the maladministration of the UK under successive cowardly governments. And why is this? Because I'm going to tell you why. A great secret that nobody has seen so far, at least I don't think they have. Why has Britain come down to its knees, its face flat on the ground, because of traitorous governments. Yes, left and right, they're both the same scum. None of the occupants of left and right, none of the MPs, not ones have done any work. There's only one work to understand life, and that's physical work with struggle. But none of them have ever done it. They're there to steal money from the public, as are all local governments. And they need sorting out as well, in a way which they will remember. No, we don't believe in killing anyone. We don't believe in taking life. I'm just going to have a puff of my e-cigarette. Yeah, not bad. And a little bit of red wine. Not bad either. It keeps me going amidst all the tribulation. One day you'll remember, and I will explain why I've taken this posture of speaking in public. You will be amazed what you hear. But you will see also that the whole system is filth and degradation and lies. The law. Well, hang on 1 second. I'm keeping you waiting, but it won't be long. It won't be long. I'm looking for bits of paper. I've got, well, yeah. The whole trouble with the UK, it is the most unjust system in the history of human nature, where the law, we talk about the law, held in total contempt by the public with no respect for the law, because the police all right up to excuse me 1 sec. No. Anyway, going back, I'm sorry to give you little intervals of people phoning me while I'm making a little speech. Well, I've got to go back on my train of thought, which is quite easy, because I know, and will always know, and have done for tens of years, that the people to run any business, not only any business, but any small country, any large country, the same methods apply. You have to have people in charge, but you don't have to have the system we have now with those who make decisions, ruin people's lives, murder millions, are rewarded with money instead of being published. That is the problem overall. People succeed, they should be certainly rewarded. If they fail, like the whole system of local government, liars, traitors, cowards, the scum of the earth, every one of them, every bureaucrat fails, should be punished instead of rewarded. Like in the NHS, they're rewarded for murdering 400 people, £6 million. That's not bad. It's a shame of it all. They have no shame, no shame. None of them who are in charge. In local councils as well, like Norwich City Council, a hive of criminals and liars and scum of the earth. Never do it anyway. Anybody who works for Norwich Council should be only those who do physical work and maybe somebody to answer the phone, nobody else. How can you have these idiots with degrees in what? Degrees in understanding, never, not one. Anybody can have a degree if they got a retentive memory, 2 or 3 degrees. But not one of them has got any intelligence. Not one of them in the UK Parliament or the House of Lords, that hive of cowardly rapers of children, scum, the whole lot of them, paedophiles, parasites, liars, thieves, murderers. And they're the ones running the country, my friends. I say that's to you, and there's enough of us ready to strike. They will get this and this and this, and then we will make them plead on their knees, because they will then have a little visit regularly to what we call the 3-in-1. It's the most marvelous system of just punishment ever created by the will of the Almighty Creator. And it will be used. It won't be death, but it'll be painful. And pain you remember, words you don't. That's how life is. For the time being, I've still got a few other things. I was just going to read to you what I'd written about the law, which is a criminal organization of lawyers and liars. I'll read it to you what I wrote. The legal, illegitimate profession is hideous, dishonest, dishonorable, and rotten to the core, to the point of psychosis, that is to say madness. It is the vilest example of rampant Freemasonry, cronyism, incompetence, laziness, dishonesty and stupidity and lies. A source of political peril to the people of this country with a complete disregard for justice. All lawyers hate justice. For justice is do unto others as you will be done unto. The law is try and rip off who's got the most money so that they always win, and those who will right never win. That's the law. The lies. There's a few judges, the old type maybe, a handful of all right. All the others are cowardly liars and scum and need a bloody good smack in the teeth. Taste blood and lose a few teeth. That's not bad. Now, the law has a complete disregard for justice. It is an inferno of evil, only on the side of money, with a hatred and contempt for justice, only supporting the corrupt establishment, right up to the royal family, want too bad, with its irresponsible roots in Oxbridge passageways, supporting the kind of injustice which caused the French Revolution and will rightfully bring another Monsieur Guillotine to these shores. It's fairly apt at the moment to speak about Monsieur Guillotine, because any day now a revolution will start in the UK, because those who are oppressed by it, those who do the most and get the least, the rich needn't worry too much, but they will after a while. There's some rich are okay, others who have made their money through no production at all. But those who have exported, those who have manufactured, they deserve help and praise. And we need them to build another part of the world into a very successful entity, being protected against all the lies of the system we live under. We will introduce something that has never been introduced in politics. Personal responsibility for those who have authority. If you have personal responsibility with authority, you have success. If you have authority without responsibility, you have deposition. That's how life is. And nobody will be allowed to get away with it. Because if they do, we will hunt them down and punish them. And punishment, my friends, will not be with words. And this has not gone on since 1945, when this country supposedly won the war. Supposedly. It was decided because of the excesses of the Nazis, and I know more about it than anybody virtually, because of the excesses of the Nazis using brute force. That brute force would never be used again, not even those who are guilty. The gigantic error that this coming child made was that, quite simply, they decided that nobody who committed a crime was guilty. And therefore Hitler punished those who were not guilty. Yes, my family included, those who were not guilty. But since Hitler lost the war and this country supposedly won, they decided nobody should be punished, guilty or otherwise. Can you see the difference? And everything's gone decline since then. This country's produced nothing. Eventually, even the most wealthy people, the bankers, decided they could get away with thievery on a grand scale and bring the country to its knees 8 years ago. They decided they could do it and get away with it. But if there had been punishment, nobody would have done anything, or there wouldn't be hardly any prison either. And that's how life is, my friends. I will come back to you again. If you have any comments to make, please do so. Don't talk a lot of script. Thank you, goodbye.